What's your thoughts on social media? I know you're an investor in Current, and I've spent time with Stuart and Trevor, the co-founders, and they had a social media deal with Mr. Beast. And I was introduced to that at I think your QED summit a few years ago. And that opened my eyes to social media. Of course, you look at what Elon Musk is doing and pays zero on ads, at least today, and is engaging directly with his audience. What are your thoughts on current go-to-market tactics that are
Yeah.
effective in social media specifically?
I think, again, to collapse things into a framework, there really are two types of businesses. Businesses where the go to market motion gets easier as you get bigger, and ones where they get more difficult as you get bigger. And it's a generality, but a lot of consumer businesses, they get more difficult as you get bigger. And a lot of B2B businesses get easier as you get bigger, at least for a certain.
Mail response rates decline the bigger you are. Right.
Right. But for a lot of B2B businesses, like logo collecting, building up social proof, actually building out the functionality on the product over time as you learn what your customers need. Like a lot of times, B2B businesses, the go to market motion gets easier as you get bigger. And a lot of consumer businesses, they get more difficult as you get bigger. What social media has done for both of these businesses is give a new outlet for at least testing whether there's any virality in the product, whether consumers will like your product enough to be able to share it where all of the people are, all of your prospective customers are, and be able to talk about it in such a favorable way that you end up originating another customer without having to do any work. You can look at some of the amazing growth stories of the last super cycle in fintech, and some of them had near viral growth paths. You can look at Robinhood. You can look at Coinbase as examples of consumer businesses that just took off because everyone told everyone else about it. And guess where they were telling them about it? Social. We had one Nubank. Nubank is a good example. It's a public company at this point, doing quite well, still originating millions of customers every quarter. But for the first 6 million customers that it originated, I think it was about 100,000 of them were originated using paid marketing, and then they turned it off because the virality took over and they were able to scale through social media and word of mouth. So if you really want to build a mega large business, you need some level of virality, and the virality definitionally goes with social media, right? That's where the virality ends up showing up. We're actually seeing this even in some B2B businesses where they're using LinkedIn and they're using Twitter and they're using other channels to really tell stories about themselves and give social proof that there are other customers buying their product. So I think it's a new vehicle because there are eyeballs, right? Where the buyers of your product are perusing like these sites a lot of their day. If you actually were to open people's phones and look at the time consumption on social media for the average person, it's hours and hours every day. So if that's where they are, whether it's in a professional or a personal context, they might be seeing your product, and it's a whole new way to build awareness.
I know, I agree. Yeah, the market for attention, one of the most valuable markets in the world. That's why Google is a valuable business.